Hey everyone, Tofu here, and welcome back to Super Danganronpa Another 2. It has been a while because I beat the game, so I was done. But recently, just like a couple weeks ago, I think, at the time of recording this, Linuj, I still don't know how to say his name, I'm sorry, dropped the fucking OMAKE, the bonus, the OMAKE mode. It's been dropped, and it's been translated already by Sirpandai, or Sirpandai. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry, but shout out to you. They said it was a pretty rough translation. I would assume so because it came out super quickly. So I don't know if there's going to be, a more, I guess, thorough translation to this in the future. But I appreciate that one exists now because it means I get to play it. And it's going to be fun, I think. So shout out to Sir Panda and yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this. I've seen a few images. I've seen this pretty much all I've seen. I don't know how long it is, how much stuff there is to it. But I've heard it's good. So it looks like you can see a short epilogue and behind the scenes story of the main story. Okay. The after story. Now, is that... I don't think... I was gonna say, is that what we saw... Was it the epilogue that we saw at the end of Chapter 6? But that looks like a bunch of new stuff there. The theater. You can rewatch the event videos using the game. Okay, so I think the after story is the main thing that we want to look at here. I think this is just kind of all bonus stuff. Monochrome machine. The handbook and save game. Okay. This isn't my old save file, by the way. I probably should have messed around and seen if I could transfer my old save file to this game. But I just took the save file that was in the download link for the translation. So I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. But anyways, enough yapping around here. Let's go to the after story and see what we got here. After story. Okay, wow, we've got a lot of stuff here. I'm guessing these are all kind of individual scenes that we get to see. I don't know if there's any gameplay in this. I don't know if we're going to be doing any, traversing the world or trial minigames or whatever, but or if this is just all a bunch of text and whatnot, but I don't know. We've got quite a lot of things here. Quite a lot. And oh my gosh, look at some of these pictures. I don't want to look at them too much. All right. I don't know how long these are. I don't know if this is gonna be a single episode thing. I don't know if a multi-episode. I don't know. Let's do funeral service, and we'll see how long that takes, and I'll figure out how many episodes or whatever. How I'm gonna split these up after that. So let's see. File 1, funeral. After the killing game, Teruya Otori's funeral is held at the Kisaragi agency. Oh no! That's gonna be fucking heartbreaking! While the director is away, the agency becomes increasingly divided. Alright, I would like to view this story. Okay. I gotta do voices again, man. I haven't done these in months! Oh, I hope I remember how to do, everybody. Teruya Otori, a finance executive of the Kisaragi organization and a 79th class student of Hope's Peak Academy. Although he himself never thought he was exceptionally smart, with his innate understanding of business and his mathematical talent, he rose to the position of the ultimate merchant. After enrolling at Hope's Peak Academy and thinking that nothing but success lay ahead of him, he became entangled in an unexpected incident. He came to experience a hell where life and death hang in the balance. Now widely known to the public, the biggest, most terrible, despair-inducing incident in human history. As an experimental preliminary stage of that event, the killing school life imposed upon the 79th class. Otori survived that hell. No, he had survived. Now he's dead. Kisaragi's agents. Mr. Otori, he really was a pitiful person. Well, that's a bit fucking rude. Right off the bat, you're at a funeral! At his fucking funeral, call him pitiful. What? Jesus. And no, right? After sacrificing so much for the organization, for him to end up going like this so meaninglessly. I actually liked Mr. Otori quite a bit. How could you not? He was awesome. It took place immediately following the Utsuroshima incident. After barely managing to apprehend the masterminds, the Kisaragi organization was preparing to return their own everyday lives once more. As part of that process, they must bid farewell to Otori, an executive of the organization who lost his life in this incident. The funeral of Otori Teruya, attended by most members of the Kisaragi organization and those connected to them. However, beneath the surface, there were also voices that could not simply accept his death. That rumor, is it really true? What, that the director abandoned Mr. Otori? Hey, watch what you're saying. No matter what, do you really think the director would abandon a comrade? Yes. There must have been some reason for this. I believe in our director. But there's more than one argument about this that doesn't sit right. The way the organization operates now is definitely strange. The cracks are slowly beginning to spread. Detailed information about the Utsuroshima incident was not disclosed except to executive-level members, but rumors travel fast. Even before the Utsuroshima incident, an unspoken faction already existed within the organization. This incident merely served as the catalyst that widened the cracks that had already been there. After tremendous effort and hardship, the Kisaragi organization eradicated the worst criminals and protected the peace of the world. But far too much was sacrificed to achieve it. They ended up losing far too many things, great things that could never be replaced. It's only natural that the members of the organization would be confused in a situation like this. It was hardly unreasonable. Knock knock. Who's there? Come in. Oh, well, look who it fucking is. Okay, the fucking art? The glow-ups? It's like the main game itself? Jesus Christ, this is really good. Oh god, fucking Kinjo. I gotta do your voice again. Whoa, he was just like a deepish voice. Makaru, this is unusual. Coming all the way here at this hour. Are you working immediately after the funeral? You know how it is. There's no such thing as time to rest. The director's office, its plain, unremarkable chair and desk. The man methodically working through the mountain of piled-up documents is the director of the Kisaragi organization. Hope's Peak Academy Class 79, the former Ultimate Police Officer, Kinjo Tsurugi. Until just a few days ago, he had been in Utsuroshima, risking his life as he devoted himself to cutting off evil at its source, but as if he didn't even have a moment to catch his breath, he was quietly working through paperwork late into the night. A woman who spoke to Kinjo without hesitation. Oh. I thought it was Makaru's, like, internal dialogue. I thought she was, like, the protag for this story. I guess we just kind of have an omniscient narrator then. I thought it was her narrating. The head of the Kisaragi organization's intelligence division, the former ultimate professor, Makaru Rei. She is a fellow Class 79 member, including Otori Teruya, whose funeral was held that day, and someone who survived that scarring battlefield alongside him. Mikado Sonoji was certainly evil, but the world is still filled with evils, both great and small. Big and small? Kinjo continues working through the paperwork without even sparing a glance for Makaru as she enters the director's office. For our sake of Otori as well, we can't afford to stop.
Hi.
You've got some nerve saying Otori's name. If it were me, I wouldn't even be able to hold my head up. The fountain pen in Kinjo's hand, which had been signing document after document, paused for just a moment. I know, Mikado Sonoji was an opponent who couldn't have been captured unless we went that route. Makaru continued speaking, glaring straight at Kinjo. Also, I noticed it, but I didn't call attention to it, but, like, she doesn't have her glasses on in this. As the Kisaragi organization's intelligence officer, I understand that better than anyone. But, as a member of Hope's Peak Academy's Class 79, I cannot accept it. As a member of Hope's Peak Academy's Class 79, you shouldn't have done that. Makaru, have you been drinking? Only then did Kinjo lift his gaze from the documents and look at Makaru's face. Unlike her usual self, Makaru's appearance was somewhat disheveled, and her face seemed slightly flushed. Yeah, I was wondering if that's why she had her glasses off, just completely disheveled from the funeral and whatnot. It's not like you, even if it's outside working hours, drinking within the organization is. Just for today. Leaning her back against the wall of the director's office, she stared blankly up at the dull white ceiling lights. Just for today. If I don't do this, I swear I'll kill you for real. What really makes me furious is Otori, the guy we abandoned. That even in the afterlife, he probably wouldn't resent us. Kinjo noticed that Makaru's voice was gradually rising.
Right.
That's enough, Makaru. You're not in a good state. You need to go home. That guy, even if we tried to protect him, he would have stepped forward and chosen to sacrifice himself anyway. Even if we used him as a disposable pawn, he did it so that we wouldn't have to feel guilty. I said that's enough! Unable to hold back any longer, Kinjo shouted, and he immediately regretted it. He should have kept his composure. Having observed Kinjo up close for so long, Makaru had no hesitation in digging into the vulnerable parts of his heart. Yeah, Kinjo Tsurugi. I came here today to tell you this. That Makaru Rei, a member of Hope's Peak Academy's 79th class, no longer exists. The Makaru who had been swaying slightly from the alcohol just moments ago suddenly shifted to a markedly serious tone. You're the same, aren't you? Didn't Kinjo Tsurugi, a student of the 79th class, disappear a long time ago? That's right. It doesn't exist anymore. Makaru Rei died along with Otori Teruya. That's how I understand it.
Makaru!
Kinjo kicked back in his chair and sprang to his feet, but Makaru didn't even blink. Is he out of the wheelchair? Ah, right. Listen carefully. These are my final words as a member of the 79th class. Or did he, try to get up when he definitely should not? Being with you was the worst. I hope I never see you again. Kinjo Tsurugi, you are a fucking bastard. Woo! Woo! Yeah, woo! Go, women! I love her. Kinjo didn't particularly care about being insulted himself. Yeah, that sounds about right. You don't give a fuck. He also understood why Makaru was taking this attitude toward him. Because it was something he had been fully prepared for the consequences. Because Makaru knew that too, she came to see him before the day of Otori's funeral was over. But I'm leaving. Starting tomorrow, please take good care of the Kisaragi's organization head of intelligence. Director. Damn. Makaru deliberately shut the director's office door with a loud bang as she left. Left alone, Kinjo gripped his trembling legs and, with difficulty, lowered himself back into his wheelchair. Yeah, he is still in it. Oh, Kinjo. Kinjo silently resumed in his paperwork. At a glance, he appears so calm it's as if the conversation with Makaru moments ago hadn't happened. Nah, it's getting to him. It's getting to him. He's not gonna show it. And so his solitary overtime work continued, until at last he began to see the end of the stack of piled-up documents. When he glanced at the clock, it had already passed midnight so far that the date had changed. That's right. Otori's funeral day had come to an end. Did he miss it? Oh, man. If he missed the funeral... Oh, jeez. I think he, I don't think he would take kindly to that, in terms of how he'd... I think he'd be pretty hard on himself for that. He wouldn't show it to anyone else, I don't think, but, internally, he's gonna be pissed at himself. And I feel like that's about what we're about to see. Setting his fountain pen down on the desk, Kinjo lifts his head and stared up at the ceiling. He suddenly lets out a hollow, almost retching laugh, and then... Oh, he sure is screaming. I don't really want to scream right now, but that's a weird. It's like a bunch of hyphens and exclamation point. Okay, no, I get it. I get the gist. He's upset. I understand. There, he buried his face in her hands and wept silently. Is it supposed to be his hands? Because, he's the only one here. Bi-gendered Tsurugi Kinjo? Awesome, based. A side of him no one knows, he only shows when he's alone. Yeah. This is the side of Kinjo Tsurugi as a member of Hope Seek Academy's 79th class. He's yelling. Is he breaking? Oh my god. That was a long crash. The loud crash, Kinjo collapsed to the floor. As he screamed with his whole body, unable to withstand his emotions, he tumbled out of his wheelchair. The wheelchair's wheels spin uselessly in place, and the neatly arranged documents he had worked so hard on scattered and fluttered through the air. And even so, this silent scream does not cease. Oh good, it is a silent scream, I don't have to voice act it. What would have been the right answer? Did he really do the right thing? Was there truly no better way? Kinjo Tsurugi will never be able to escape these endless questions for the rest of his life. No matter how desperately he struggles to become better, the doubts only grow deeper. It's already too late to turn back, and it's a painful burden he has no choice but to bear on his own. That's why he can confide in no one, and screaming without making even the slightest sound is his only form of resistance. Oh my god. In the next day, the director disappeared without anyone knowing. What? Administratively, it was processed as a temporary leave of absence, but no one knew for what reason or where he had gone. Makaru Rei took on the role of acting director for the time being, but it was hard to say she was the same as before. From that point on, the Kisaragi organization was clearly beginning to tilt off balance. And in the not-too-distant future, the Kisaragi organization would face a major turning point because of a certain incident. It was a future that had yet to come, one no one knew. But when that time comes, it's certain that everyone will step forward to leave a record of it. A future that vast and monumental. Oh my god. Wow. Jesus Christ. I mean, Kinjo, like, as a character is like, a character that, like, only gets worse, and that is what makes him such a good, compelling character. But, like, Makaru did have such a turnaround, and, like, the implication that she is now kind of going down the same path as Tsurugi and is probably going to get worse, like, in taking his place, if that is, like, going to continue. That's so fucking heartbreaking. Oh, these fucking three, this trio of fucking Makaru, Kinjo, and Teruya, my goodness. The fucking Survivor Squad from the first game. All in fucking shambles. It's just all in shambles, good lord. Okay, well that wasn't that long. That one, I mean that was like, what, 10, 15 minutes or so maybe? I don't know, I wasn't keeping track of when I started it, but we could probably do 2 or 3 of the... Oh god, look at this one, man. We could probably do 2 or 3 of these per episode, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes, I guess. I don't know. Let's just not waste any more time, and let's do another one. File 2, Suspicious Contact. The children of Utsuro struggled to find Utsuro's whereabouts. That day, their search was meaningless, and they were beginning to lose hope until they received a mysterious call from a mysterious man. Ooh, boy. This is intriguing. So it does look like these aren't all after the story as part of the after story, because I mean this has to be before. So I guess we'll see how this one goes. Let's check it out. Become a king, Nikke. That was what my father always told me when I was young. Oh, is this Nikke speaking this time? This isn't just a narrator? I missed Nikke. I missed you. I'm just gonna assume this is Nikke for now, and if it's not, well, fuck me. When I was young, our family was an ordinary middle-class family of 3, with nothing particularly special about us. My father overcame his background and became a major figure in the political world through ability alone, and as a result, he had fallen into an extreme elitist ideology. Perhaps because of that, my father always said to me, stand at the top, trample others and climb higher. To me, as a child, the concept of power didn't really resonate, but since I didn't particularly want to rebel against my parents, I accepted and followed my father as he was. However, my father's power did not last long. Whether it was corruption or a private life scandal, I don't remember clearly, but for some reason, my father's power fell apart. He got cancelled. Overnight, my father was treated like a criminal and vanished without a trace. My mother and I were unable to find out where he had gone. It was something I only learned later when I had grown up, but apparently it had been a mix of a misunderstanding and false accusations caused by a malicious news article. It took so long for the truth to come to light that, by then, no one remembered anything about my father anymore, nor did anyone care. I didn't understand it at the time, but I think they called it guilt by association. My mother and I, who had done nothing wrong, ended up suffering all kinds of contempt and harassment simply because we were the family of a corrupt politician. As a result, my mother, who had quietly trusted my father and supported him, eventually became bedridden from extreme stress. Aww. Look at a little true or false sweater, that's cute. Oh, is Mom? Listen carefully. Mom is going to be going on a trip far away for a little while.
Mom, where are you going with your condition like that? Don't go. Don't disappear like Dad did.
Don't worry, I'll be back soon. Dad will come back soon too. Right now, he's just gone for a little while to clear up people's misunderstandings.
When exactly is soon?
Yeah, I can't say for certain, but just like Dad said, if our Nikke becomes a king and becomes someone who stands out no matter where in the world he is, Mom will come back by then. So, become a king, Nikke. Aww. With those words, my mother set out on a journey from which she would never return. Even as a child, I could understand that my mother had passed away. The words about coming back were just meant to reassure me. Even at my young age, I could understand that much. Why did my mother have to die? Why did my father have to take responsibility and give up his power for something he didn't even do? Only after losing everything did I finally realize that power carries both light and darkness. And for the moment I began to understand that, my perception of power started to change. Very well. Isn't it fitting? The public denied our family, so now it's my turn to deny all of you. Yo. He's aura farming. Look at that aura he's got. I love Nikke. Thus, after my mother's death, I let go of everything and became a journalist. And, just like what had happened to my family in the past, began to falsely accuse others and bring them down. Oh. Ironically, these actions elevated my reputation, and by bringing others down, I gradually began to draw closer to the throne. Yeah, that's kind of how journalism works, unfortunately. If I become a king, if I rise above everyone else by trampling over them, my mother might come back. I didn't truly believe such hollow words, but at the very least I might be able to fulfill my mother's final wish. With that in mind, I continued to aim for the throne and began walking my own path to kingship. However, in reality, cruelly enough, not everyone could become a king. With an utterly ordinary talent, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't win against those truly born with exceptional abilities. The truth was, I knew it, that I couldn't become a king just by writing articles that slandered and brought others down. The media industry was harsh enough that a child orphaned and barely attending school could hardly survive. No, I have to be the best. I have to become a king. My mother's last words had, before I realized it, become the purpose of my life. If I failed to fulfill them, my life would have no value at all. Whether this was a desire born from my personal vengeance or for the family I had lost, by this time even I could no longer tell. Oh shit! Look who it is! It was probably around that time that boy and I met. It was a very brief encounter, but the boy gave me a special strength as I sought to rise higher. After gaining that strength, surprisingly, I began to thrive in the industry. What I did didn't change. As always, I insisted on writing only articles that trampled on others and brought them down. However, unlike before, the strength I received from the boy alone allowed me to achieve what I wanted. In this way, As I made a name for myself as a young journalist, I experienced many events and changes. Of course, that fame didn't carry only positive meaning. To be frank, it was closer to a negative reputation. At first, since I too had a sense of guilt, there were times when I felt doubtful about my own work and even pretended to be virtuous. The same went for human relationships. At one time, I built good relationships with a few colleagues, and there were even juniors who approached me, saying they admired me. But my trust was betrayed, and as I felt the coldness of the industry I was part of, I gave up even that. By the time I dropped the title of boy journalist, I had made a name for myself comparable to that of an ultimate level. I like boy in quotes. Boy. So something you want to tell us, Nikkei? Non-binary Nikkei? I fuck with it. The mysterious power given by a boy fully satisfied my desires and allowed me to prove my own worth. But looking back, all that remained for me was merely the result of having stood above others. Even so, I must keep rising higher, because that alone has been the reason for my life from the moment I was born until now, and nothing else remains for me. Oh, buddy. Oh, I thought it was gonna end there. Who's this? Hey, Nick is probably one of the other Void members. Oh, it's Hajime! My goodness. Oh, man. Look at these two. Hanging out in the city streets at night. What a pretty CG. That is beautiful. My goodness. Okay. Huh? Oh, God, Hajime's voice. He just had a deep... It was like... It wasn't quite Shinji. It was like deeper than Shinji. Because Shinji's was more like kind of deep, but like kind of raspy, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. I should just do it. Good grief. You must be tired too, dozing off in a place like this. Oh dear. Looks like I dozed off for a moment. Me when I doze off and recount my entire tragic backstory. Pull yourself together. We don't know when Emma and Iroha will return, so as the leader, you can't afford to be careless. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Oh, let me see Iroha again, please. Those two still haven't come back. They're a bit late. Exactly. If the information you brought is accurate, then it's certain that Utsuro has been in this building. Would it have been too difficult for those two to infiltrate on their own? Maybe it's better if I just charge in head on and take them all down. Hey, no matter how much the aftermath of humanity's greatest and most disastrous event lingers, is it okay to commit crimes so blatantly? If you end up locked in prison, that'd really be the end. Forget about finding Utsuro, you just lose all your ridiculous luck in jail and die. I know that, but... Listen to me. Emma and Iroha will follow my instructions carefully. You just need to trust me and follow without any complaints. Yeah. It was you who gathered us and brought up the idea of finding Mr. Utsuro. I don't doubt that at all. However... However what? I'm talking about you, Nikkei. Aren't you pushing yourself too hard? Pushing myself? Me? I acknowledge your leadership, your information network, your ability to take action. I personally respect you for all of it. But how should I put this? It feels like you're too consumed by yourself. What are you trying to say? I'm not very good with words, so it's hard to express it clearly, but can't you be a little more open with us? We share the same goals, which means we're friends. Comrades, right? Finding Utsuro and reigniting Tenon are important, of course. But before all that, I think the bond I share with you all... What is Tenon? Have I heard that before? I don't remember that. Is important, too. Ha! You... I think you're misunderstanding something. Friendship only exists between equals. Do you really think you and I are equals? To put it bluntly, you're just my subordinates. No. Anyway, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't have even known that Tenon was fading away. Am I wrong? I know that. I'm just saying we should help carry some of the burden on your shoulders. Oh, so you're saying you're worried about me? For it to come to the point where you're worrying about me, I guess the situation must really be serious. Are you really gonna be okay? If there's anything we can help with... Shut up! Just gather information according to my orders. That's how you help me. As if it weren't bad enough that Aro has been yapping at me all day and getting on my nerves. Are you going to start too, Makanuchi? No, yeah, okay. Let's drop this. I guess I just hit a nerve.
By the way, why are they so late? Don't tell me they got caught.
Hey, look over there.
Is it them? Let me see them.
Ah!
Well, they look great and cute, but what's going on? Why is Aroha crying? Look at her face! Oh, I mean, Emma doesn't look too concerned. It might not be that serious, but let's find out. We failed. I guess we failed.
Emma, Iroha.
Hey, you guys, they get caught.
Oh my, Nikkei, Hajime. Hurry, run. We failed.
I'm so sorry. You idiots.
What happened? What'd they do? The four men and women fled all at once, barely managing to shake off the security guards chasing after them. Oh, look at them.
Hey, stop crying, Aroha. These things happen.
I'm sorry.
So Iroha lost her footing, tripped, and pulled out the main power cable. And that's how you got caught and everything fell apart, is that it? Ha!
Yeah, for the record, I didn't do anything wrong, okay? My acting was going perfectly.
I'm sorry. But, Emma, couldn't you see the cable from where you were standing? If you'd said just one word to me, this wouldn't have happened.
What?
No, it was my fault. My fault. Okay.
She's so girl-fail.
More importantly, this is bad. If this place was a failure too, then we really don't have any leads left.
No, Hajime, to be precise, it was only dangerous because we got caught, but we definitely did access the information Nikkei mentioned.
Really? Were there traces of Utsuro's movements?
Well, there were, but it was more like he just briefly passed through this facility. It was hardly enough to call it a real trail. Nikkei looks really cool in that pose. Emma does too, they all look cool. Especially Aroha, look how cool she looks right now. She's so badass with that totally not nervous expression. She's so awesome.
Then where did Utsuro go afterwards?
We don't know.
Tcha! Damn it! Okay, what's going on? This isn't what you told us. You said this time it was certain, so Emma and I risked ourselves to sneak in. How are you going to take responsibility for this?
Shut the hell up!
Eek!
This can't be happening. It can't be. This was supposed to be solid information this time. Don't tell me. Is Utsuro deliberately erasing his own tracks? Isn't there any other way? Nikkei. We can't let it end like this. There has to be some kind of breakthrough.
Oh. A message on their phone. An email. Nikkei, I think you just got an email.
What? What is this? He was sent to my alternative account. I have 70 alternative accounts! No one should know about this account except you guys. Who sent an email to my alternative account? No, everyone's right here. There'd be no reason to send an email.
Doesn't it list a sender? Who's it from?
Let me check. Wait, who the hell is this?
I wonder who it is.
Mikado? Sonoji?
Bum, bum, bum. Oh, it just ends like that? Oh, I was hoping we get to see it. Man, oh man. Oh, stinking. Okay, how long have I been recording for? You know what? I have been recording for a while. So, I think I might... I don't know. Let me... How many are there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah. Then let's do 2 per episode. We'll have 5 little bonus episodes here. I was gonna do 3, but I mean that wouldn't be an even number. So let's do 2 per episode, and we'll have 5 episodes. Unless one of these goes on way longer than the others, but
I think that should be fine. So, next time on SCRA 2, OMAKE mode, we will read Queen of Despair and Melody Rhythm National Tour, which both seem very enticing, intriguing to me. So, I'll see you for that. Thank you for watching, and goodbye!